What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of 2000 Trees 2024.
So I'm Perry, I play bass.
I'm Frazer, I sing.
Lovely. It's an absolute pleasure to have you both on here. Thank you so much. I spoke to someone yesterday. I can't remember who it was who said you were fucking amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like we saw Cauldron, they were unreal. It was like, and then he mentioned something about you had no merch here and he was gutted about it.
Yeah.
We're kind of infamously terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not great. Yeah, we're not great.
Just one of those things. That's fine.
Yeah,
I genuinely feel like I can't remember who it was, so I do apologise. But
we the guy that's helping us with our interviews, Jacko. He used to put on one of my old bands, like when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And like my old band, we like turned up to a show. We'd hand printed 13 T-shirts, and on stage I was like, "We've got 13 T-shirts for sale," and like someone in the crowd was like, 13 T-shirts, just like crying about it. And like infamously, we've always been terrible at printing merch. Like that's just something that's stuck with me all this time. Like I've always just been down bad with merch.
I love that. How was your personal Saturday, by the way?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I've had worse Saturdays. Yeah. Just chilling, like hanging out. We just had bangers and mash.
Yeah, bangers and mash.
You actually,
yeah, bangers and mash for dinner.
First time we've had bangers and mash catering, man.
Yeah.
It's what we needed.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'm jealous. We haven't eaten yet. We've been fucking sat here
We need to get on that bangers and mash.
Yeah.
Get some bangers
Just
and mash.
all the bangers and mash. I mean, everyone's been banging about it for tomorrow because obviously it's the Euros final tomorrow. So anyone have the most English food ever tomorrow. Like,
That's it. I also saw Frank Skinner earlier. Like that.
He's
much like English than that.
We saw him talking to Creeper. Like, what the fuck is going on there?
Harry got a picture of
Yeah, I was like, dude, my dad loves you. I need a picture.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. What a legend.
I know.
How was the set?
crazy.
Yeah, really good.
We didn't know what to expect because we've not done anything really like this before. Like, we're kind of the like small club show sort of band. Like, we're not really played like festivals, especially ones that aren't like a hardcore festival. Like, we just did EPA, which is more our like classic bag.
Yeah.
So this was like daunting, but it was insane. Like, definitely up there with best shows we've done. Just feel like we brought it, like, I don't know, all of us were just like on fire on stage, I think, just like moving around a bunch, which is like, I think we're all just excited, and we all came off the stage happy, which is like never happens. Usually we have a few people there that are like terrible, usually him.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just like if something goes wrong, I'm just like, this was the worst show ever. It could have been the most insane set, and it probably was the most insane set. But like, if I just like buff one note, I'm like, it's awful.
Hard to please.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I suppose it's good because you give a shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Even though if you played one note wrong or whatever, and you said it's not the worst show ever, is it? It's just shit happens.
It's just
sometimes.
in my head. I'm like, oh my god, who heard that? Everybody heard that.
But we're our own worst critics. We're always our own worst critics.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned that you played at a festival before, but like for a Cauldron show, say, compared to a festival set, do you change your set list up accordingly? Like, because obviously people might not be familiar with yourselves, so you might play just more bangers.
Honestly, the way that we approach it is really like we played probably the heaviest set we've ever done at this show, and then like we just kind of play what we want to play, and like we don't really think too much about what will go over. Like, I guess most people probably think that we're doing 2000 Trees, which is like a mixed festival. We're probably going to play our like more like our songs with choruses in, but we didn't play any of them. We just played like the ones with beat downs, and like it worked. Which is weird because sometimes we'll play a hardcore show and we'll hit them with the sing along, like, and it just bombs, like
Just like to be oh my god, I forgot the word I'm after. Ignore that, I've forgotten the word I'm after. Unpredictable! I got there eventually. Just like to be unpredictable,
we
innit?
do like to be unpredictable. We're a very unpredictable band.
I think it's more so we have no foresight.
Absolutely none at all.
We just don't want to play that song. It could be like the song that everyone wants to see, and we're just like,
So, as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you familiar with Sophie and the story?
Yeah,
for sure.
So, what we're trying to do, as we're here at one big alternative family of 2000 Trees, is basically find out if you guys have ever been treated differently, had stereotypes put upon you simply because the music you listen to, the way you dress, whatever it may be, that what makes you part of this community, is this something you've had to endure in your life?
Yeah, I think I speak for everyone in the band.
Yeah.
We've all dealt with that kind of thing, especially in like school. Like, teenagers suck, man, and kids suck. Like, they are really awful to each other sometimes, and I think like going through secondary school, it was like a common thing to just be like called a rocker or like a goth or something. It's like all you do is listen to the music that you like listening to. Especially like most of us like grew up around that kind of music as well.
Yeah.
So it's just the background that we come from, kind of thing. So yeah.
I remember just like being younger, walking through like some of the rougher areas of just like where we're like from, and just like people throwing sticks at me and my mates just for like wearing merch, just being like, "Oi, emo."
Yeah, that was a big one. Emo, that was a huge one.
Yeah, or oi Mosher, that was a big one. But like, also like them people are like, I see them sometimes and they're just the most miserable people on earth. Like, nothing's happened in their lives. Like, there's no like alternative interest that they have. It's just do the same monotonous things that their parents did, and there's no like straying from that path. Like, so like, yeah, we had to go through that shit, but at the same time, thankful for it, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially because it's led us, like, because we had those alternative interests, and because we were kind of like different at school or whatever, it's kind of led us to find this like niche group of people that all have the same interest. So that's definitely what led like people like me and Zach, and like probably you as well, like to the hardcore scene, where you meet people that are like our best friends now. Like, I don't speak to anyone that I went to school with bar Zach, who plays drums in the band. All my other friends are hardcore kids, like, and I wouldn't have found that scene had I not been accepted at school. Like, so
I think it's the one thing we've learned this weekend from so many people saying it is, kids are dicks. Like,
Honestly, they're awful. They are awful. In secondary school, all the kids are awful.
Yeah. And it's important, like you're saying there, you don't speak to many of them people anymore. They don't matter. But when you're going through it at that time, it's like, this is all that matters. I'm having this shit put up on me every single day.
yeah.
But I think it is important to realise that, yeah, you grow past it. You don't have to deal with these people.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
obviously, when we were growing up and then what happened with Sophie, 2024 is a very different world to back then.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier now for people to grow up in this community and just feel safe, or is there still a lot of work to be done?
I think it's hard to say because we're not. It's hard to say because we're not going through it. But like from the outside looking in, I feel like those lines of like subculture are starting to blur more. Where because of how easy it is now to access like whatever music you want whenever you want it, like there isn't as much need for you to go and seek out a subculture. So like when we were young, you'd go on like LimeWire and like download. Like, just type in metalcore and just download everything, right? And you have to search that out, download a thing. Whereas now, like, you can find anything you want in seconds.
Yeah.
So why would you need to, like, make your whole life be based around a subculture? Which is a shame in some regards, but also I think it kind of maybe makes people somewhat more tolerant because they can see all these things and, like,
Yeah.
they're not as shocked by things anymore. Because that's really what it is that people are shocked by somebody looking different to them, and so they act aggressively because of it. So now that like Bring Me the Horizon, for example, are one of the biggest bands in the world and are like playing on the radio, like someone's not going to be as shocked by hearing like seeing a Bring Me the Horizon fan now as they would be when we were in school maybe. But that's just like I said, I'm not in school, so I don't know.
I think that's the tough part of it, isn't it? Like, we can all look at it from the outside in. Unless you're there in schools nowadays, it's so hard to tell. But like you said, everything's so much more accessible, the lines are blurring. So I'd like to hope it's getting easier.
Yeah, and it really just depends. Like if we have like dickheads in Parliament that are gonna say stupid things like that, make it harder for like trans people to
Well,
live.
yeah.
And like that's happening currently. Like I dread to think about what that would be like being in school now, after some of the shit that Sunak said, and like that's like the concerning part. I I guess I don't really follow as much what happens with like alternative people, but yeah, it's a difficult one.
It is. It's a very different world.
Yeah.
But bringing it back to yourselves, you released your album Suicide in the City back in November now.
Yeah.
Can the fans expect more music from you soon, or are we still riding high on that album?
Yeah, we've got a new single coming out at the end of next month. Just a single, standalone, just like 3 minutes, heavy, just like. Very heavy. You're not gonna get the lyrics tattooed, but like. You're gonna like the song probably, like. And yeah, that's all we want. So.
Incredible. Guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking time to chat with us. It means a lot. Thank you so much.